Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here, back to Stormvale once again. We're going to be doing another PSN ladder match, so it's going to be between myself and Just a Fool. So a special thank you to Just a Fool for the wonderful fights. We had a couple. We might have another one on the channel. Again, I'm using out new editing software, so if the video should hopefully, boom, look pretty okay. And we're just waiting to get in here. But yeah, it's going to be Halberd, Strength Halberd, usual, Min Rex, all that good stuff, against what seems to be a coded build as we pop off with a little bow. Just waiting to get everything set up, and there we go. And then immediate lightning bolt. So I had fought him just before this. We might have the other one come up at some point. And I managed to dodge both of those, and I have a pretty good spacing here. I'm pretty confident going in. I won the last match. But obviously we do see a little bit of a waking up here on the side of him as he swats me aside. My tally swaps are a little bit slow. We do manage to get that. The Flaming Strike is going to come out. 770 damage on the board, and we do manage to swat him aside. Go for run R2 there, risky. You see the pre-spacing out there of a follow-up L1, but he doesn't do it. Goes to the jump attack, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. I managed to get a little bit of aggression there off of the crouch R1, but swatted away once again by that, and I ran into the damage. I was hungry for it as I throw out another flame strike there to try and keep him away. And I do manage to eat that again. Again, the ping isn't too bad. I believe it's Poland to Ireland, so it's not going to be too bad as he just decides to mash. I attempt to roll out. Attempt in shambles. Delicious, delicious damage. All of my HP bar just melted. And now it's 1-0 to Just a Fool. So he takes the first stock there, and quite a fabulous little display there. GG's to him. He did a phenomenal job. And then we get ready for the second one. So he was hosting again. That is the beauty of PlayStation. It's all done through the actual system as opposed to having to use Seamless, which does other things. I take a cheeky pot of tea. Well, he doesn't go for the attempted punish there with the lightning stake. He's kind of gone off it. Force him into the corner there. I try and get that, but his recovery was just a little bit too low. I couldn't help but wonder if I managed to get the backstab on the get a backstab there on the what's Unblockable Blade, I believe the name is there, as we get another cheeky little bit of damage there off on the cheeky there with the dagger. I try and mash in with the dagger. He doesn't roll this time. He's gotten wise to it as we get the selections off there onto our little talismans. I can't recall what the swaps are. I'm generally pretty simple. The swaps I go for standing R1. He has me up against the corner. I do manage to Mayweather my way out of it just a little bit, but rolling's directly back in as I roll out that there again. I'm on an upward hill climb as my tier is now procced, and I just spam away at the dagger. He's not going to hit me for there, but I am going to eat a half hit, and then I eat a full hit, and now I'm completely on the back foot. I can't remember if I swapped over to red tier or not. And then again, I think I'm free. He goes to the jump and then puts me away, and that's oof. Not a position you want to be in against PSSS. If the backswing is absolutely vicious, the L1, it can do an awful lot of damage. And if you're not careful, if you roll the wrong direction, or you're in a bad spot, you're just going to eat it, all of the damage. And the damage is quite high, especially on codeds. I have swapped over to, obviously, the armor itself does give me an extra little bit of resistance, which is of course beautiful. I love it, but it's not going to be sufficient. I probably have to stack maybe the talisman and other things to try and deal with it. My swaps aren't great, so we're just going to continue on as he goes for the lightning stake attempted punish, but decides against holding it. I think there's one fight here where he just holds onto it for ages, and we're both just kind of like chilling towards the middle. He tries to hit me there. I am going to roll out. I am thinking I'm going to strafe that one. I set up for a flaming strike, managing to connect both parts, managing to get that interrupt there, and we spam with the dagger just a little bit. The dagger spam is a little again. Bash the controller with your forehead, and eventually either you or the opponent are going to take an awful lot of damage as he is quite low. Red Feather is banned, so actually a life advantage isn't a bad thing. I do get my tier though, and he is going to be go for a run or two. That's not going to be enough. Catches me in the corner. Is he going to catch me again? He does. I managed to get an extra little bit of damage. He's down to one hit here. I believe a dagger would be sufficient, but he has the bestial sling, and I'm going to get slung into a loading screen, and that's going to be Just a Fool taking another stock. And that's something that I do have to be more aware of against especially faith builds, that they can have some filth in their back pocket such as a bestial sling or catch flame or any of these other things, so I can be caught off guard with different timings and stuff, as we see me now getting ready for the next match, and should be getting summoned in now in just a second. Again, the bread and butter in this matchup is quite literally bait out a JL, either an empty jump or a JL1, and then move in for the punish and maybe take a little bit of aggression off of it. That is the ideal. That is what I am looking for, and I'm playing around here an awful lot in neutral and taking an awful lot. We see here trying to bait out whether or not he goes for a lightning stake here or not. Unblockable blade comes out again. Instead of going for the backstab, I just kind of chill out of distance. I know he's expecting it. We get the flaming strike. We get a flaming strike again. The double tap. He rolls into it again, and you know he's kind of copped on that that's not a done thing. I do a little bit of kind of going to the side here. Lucky that he didn't unlock to catch me with the full thing. I'm put back. I managed to get a little bit of a hit. I'm fully sure that could have comboed. I'm not entirely sure why it didn't. And we see the flaming strike there, catching him with the tail end of it with the unlocks. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm trying to catch. All of the setup here, the entire game, is waiting for those JL1s, putting a bit of pressure on him, putting him into a corner, and then catching him then with the flaming strike there, and I can dead angle it so he's forced to roll into it. That is the dream. That is everything that I'm looking for, and I think that I did it there better than I did in the other stocks. Flaming strike is an incredibly powerful tool. It can stop roll-ins, it can do an awful lot of stuff. That's what you're setting up for. I don't have the really high damage that he does with the ease that he does. I have to pull him out of position in order to get it. All the good Halberd players do this, and that's something I need to not only do in a stock, I need to do for the entire set, pretty much. And we see here kind of baiting it out. Again, chilling out. Just like, he's giving me positional advantage for it. A run R2 does hit. I reconsider mashing into him as I get an extra little bit of damage. Thought that was going to catch. I tried to play the spacing game there, but I'm not quite able to make it. I go in for a flaming strike, managing to catch him, punishing those roll-ins. I go for another unlock, and I managed to catch him again. I think I was stam checked there, as he's put in a really bad spot. But look at that damage. That's half my health bar with the 2 L1s. And he's basically on death's door. I tried to do a little run under and then reconsidered. I think I got the tally swap out. I think that he's going to try and bait it out. And I try and go for that. And then the second one, the half hit goes through. And I do actually manage to get the second L1 on in the form of the dagger to actually put him away. And that's a G. And that's another stock for me. Of course, it's still an uphill climb. I believe he still has, he's still in the lead here. And let me see how long is left in the video. You think it's 2 to 3 or something like that. Can't actually recall, as we're getting summoned in once again. So again, I kind of know what I'm supposed to be looking for. We'll see what the adaptation here is inside of Just a Fool. And again, he'd play a blinder in the early half of the set. And he's definitely playing quite well here altogether. And with the bows come out. He does elect to immediately go for it. Doesn't go for an attempted punish. Just the dagger punish there from the middle. And I wasn't expecting. I go for a run R2. It's not going to connect. And he goes for an unblockable. No, it's not an unblockable blade. It is just going to be the regular Sacred Blade, that's the name of it. Yeah, of course, Sacred Blade, which is of course really, really cool. And I'm seeing some visual artifacting and stuff like that on the vid, so hopefully that doesn't translate too badly over to the old YouTube. Could be just OBS being funky, but I do take a nice little bit of damage onto that. See those swaps coming out here, and I almost go for a spacing attempt on that, but I reconsider, go for the roll instead. He's chilling here in center. He's giving me an awful lot of positional advantage. I go for standing R1. I could have flaming struck here. I did it actually way too late. And I'm not sure, did I go for another flaming strike there, the double tap? I do manage to get a punish on that. Tried to go for the second catch. I go for a 1R1 thinking I'm going to get the timing right. But he just offsets it enough and forces me out of the corner. And I got set up the flaming strike. And he's still not dead. I'm still one shot, I believe. And now it's going to be a game of, will he do the jump L1? Usually it's the commentator's curse, but I could have watched this before, so it's not quite as impressive. But yeah, I'm waiting for a whiff to JL1 or just a whiff empty jump to try and force in that dagger hit. And that's really what I'm looking for there. So it's a GGWP. Kudos to credit where credit is due. Like, he played pretty well there. He's playing pretty okay all the way across. I'm having to work my ass off to pull him out of position. The only thing that's really catching him is he's forcing himself into the corners and those roll-ins. That's really what's catching him here. There's been a couple of occasions where he's tried to roll past me and ends up just eating an unlocked flaming strike, which of course, based how it works, he gets out of iframes, gets hit by the later part of the flame part of the flaming strike, and then he gets hit by the strike part of the flaming strike. Man, that's a mouthful. I'll have to think of an easier way to to say that. But we see the bows coming out here, and is he gonna go for it? We see just a little chilling, and we're gonna wait, and we're gonna continue waiting, and there he goes, and baby is in the corner once again, and we'll see me try and set up. I actually get a little bit greedy. I tried to go for an R1 there, but he strafed it, and then I get hit by hyper armor, and now I've eaten another L1. I was hungry for damage, chat. Could have rolled, decided against it. And now just a fool is over here in the far corner now once again. The jump L1 comes out. Another jump L1. Will he go for a third? Nope. But he is going to, I am just going to run into it instead. Now, something that I have been caught with, especially against PSSS users, is I think that they're going to respect my space, but they don't. They just sit there and they L1. What I need to do is I need to chill just outside of his distance to force that whiff and then come in and punish. So, we will see. We will see as we move on into this next set. As I put the red sign, we're just going to call it, I don't even know what it's actually called. It's a red sign. Close enough. And then we just kind of chill and wait for the summon in. And however much time passed as he does the parkour run over to Stormvale. The one criticism I have actually of the arena is how long it bloody well takes to get to it. It's a phenomenal arena. It's probably the best one in base game, but unfortunately it's not great. I think, unless this is the last set, and I don't know if you've been doing counting, because I haven't. But unfortunately, as I lived it, I know how this ends. It's tragical, absolutely tragical. I know what the final score is. I don't know how far, so it's actually, now that I think about it, it's 3-4 to Just a Fool. He has the advantage, and we see this chilling, vibing, waiting. I did at one point consider running in and just going in for a punish right off the bat. I tried to go for a backstab. That was a bad idea. I get hit by a little bit of damage there. Go in for the other one. Managed to connect with the flame strike there. Not bad. Try and force pressure. I get a little bit of an L1 there. A little bit of a dagger touch. A love kiss on the way out. I go for a running attack. And you see there, what just happened there is unfortunately everything that I'm doing wrong. I expect him to respect my distance, and he just doesn't. He's just going to L1 with impunity. Monkey mashing. Can't believe it. Disgraceful. As he forces the roll back there, and I go in for a flaming strike. He jumps over it, then goes for a trade. He's quite low, and then I'm stuck in the corner. He manages to clip me with another. I am incredibly low here, and he has the bestial sling. He has a ranged means of dealing with me. I do roll that one out. He goes in for another bestial sling, and I don't know, do I commit? I go in for that. I manage to get the interrupt. I manage to get the tier, and I roll to the side. And that is an unfortunate bestie. That is Just a Fool. No fool in this situation taking the W. Of course, it's 3-5. I thought it was a good match. Because again, unfortunately, you don't want matches that are just utter steamrolls. You want kind of closer things, or where there's a run back or something to that effect. He did a really good job of, when I entered his space, just pressing, not panicking, forcing me into a bad position. The only thing that really caught him out over the course of it was kind of roll discipline, rolling into me, rolling to the side of me, putting himself into the corner. And that's more or less that. And I think now we go into the closing out segment of this. Ooh, look at this. We're so fancy. The boom. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching, if you are indeed still watching. And like, subscribe, do all that. I've been really appreciating the little comments and stuff like that you've all been putting out. So I'll keep an eye on the recording. I might have to switch back to Vegas. Vegas. But thanks, everyone. Love you all. And see you in the next one. Bye.